Welcome to the Savage Podcast. I am your host, as always, Matt McChesney, coming to you from the lab down here at 60 Football Academy in Portland, Colorado. Make sure you check out everything at 60 Academy on Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok machine, and also the YouTube page, the Savage Podcast, 60 Academy there, as well as everything else that we do. It is my honor and pleasure to have my brother from another mother, Lawerence Vickers, on the show again today. Once a year, we always check in with LV. Lawerence and I were teammates up at the University of Colorado together. And then LV had, an 8-year NFL career, right?
Eight solid good seasons.
8 solid good seasons playing the fullback position in the National Football League, from the Cleveland Browns to the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. So any of you Buffalo fans or any of you NFL fans know that Lawerence Vickers and I are cut from the same jib. We both think the same. That's why we're brothers. We played in an era at CU where, there was no fucking around. We were up there to kick your ass, and we did a good job of it. And since those days, they've fallen on hard times. And we're going to get into CU right off the bat now and talk about Coach Prime and everything they're doing up there, and just bring in a CU great in Lawerence Vickers to talk about all this. So right off the bat, LV, bro, how excited are you to get a guy like fucking Deion Sanders to be our head coach? Like, when you heard about it, were you like, come on, dog, we're going to get Deion Sanders to be our head coach? That ain't real.
Let me say this. As soon as I heard it, I said, we do some shit like that. We changing the culture around here for real.
Real.
So, like, as a player, when you sit back and some moves are like, that's a calculated move. That means you're going in the right direction. You got your mind made up. You tired of losing. You finna go do what you got to do. So when our university made that decision, man, I couldn't do nothing but salute it, man. Shit. I mean, who wouldn't want to play for Prime? Shit. I would have wanted to go.
I mean, and just think about it like this. All the guys he's brought in from all the transfers and getting his son and Travis Hunter and this McLean kid from the U, a 5-star corner, flipping him. I was up there last Saturday for junior day and had a bunch of my Colorado guys up there. Number 1 tackle in the country's there. Now, the number 1 athlete in the country's there. The top 5 quarterback, number 1 linebacker. It looked like, even in more advanced, like recruiting weekend, like we used to have back in the day, excuse me, like the guys they were bringing in are NFL players. And that's the caliber of guy that we played with when we were up there, both of us being league guys with our pensions. And I think that's what Prime is trying to bring again back to Boulder, not just recruiting nice guys with good grade point averages, but recruiting, like Coach Barnett used to say all the time, I'm here to reform them as much as I am to recruit them. So, exactly. You and I both step into that box big time. So, look, when it comes down to it, just elaborate on this point, okay? Being a black man from Houston, the University of Colorado is now the first major Division I program to hire 3 straight African-American coaches. On top of that, Rick George went out and hired a guy in Deion Sanders that, like, Auburn told him, like, oh, well, we don't know if you're experienced enough, or we don't like the social media, yada, 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 yada. What, like, the importance of Colorado making this move, how do you think that separates Colorado from the rest of the programs in the country because they're willing to do this?
I'll tell you why. I think it's a mutual love and respect for each other. Because obviously, Deion played with a lot of guys in the league that, came from the University of Colorado.
Yep.
It's a lot of guys respected within that coaching field from the University of Colorado. You got Eric Bieniemy. You got Van Joseph.
Yep.
You feel me?
We got dudes all over the place.
I can keep going, man. I can keep going. Embry. You got so many people, bro, that come from that tree that these guys know each other, and from being ex-athletes. And just, as athletes, we know when you put a coach in there, what you're saying. We know what that means. It's saying something different. But the coaches that they got, they bringing a different attitude to Boulder, period, man, as far as being for us. Look at the attitude, Boulder is dominant white. Let's just get it out
Oh,
of
it's
there. You
not
know,
dominant
but
white. It's 99% white, dog. Like
there
I
you go.
remember.
You feel me?
I remember back in the day walking down the street with you and Jesse Wallace, a couple other guys, and like the cops fucking with y'all and just letting us leave. And I'm like, hold on a second. That's my
Yes.
brother. He plays with me. So like I think it's
Yes.
really important for Rick George to
It's
make
really.
this move and for the University of Colorado to make this move. And his coaching staff is deep. He went out and got Willie Taggart, ex-head coach. He went out and got Zach Lewis, who was the current head coach at Kent State, to come in and be the OC. So he's got multiple head coaches on his staff. How do you think, like with the transfers and all these new cats he's bringing in, he's totally flipped the roster. They've got the number one transfer portal class in football. We saw USC last year and TCU go out and fortify their teams with transfer portal guys and blow up. How do you think they're going to do next year,
Exactly.
LV?
To be, and this is being all the way honest. Say, man, what's Prime new slogan? Change is gonna
We
come.
coming, baby.
We coming.
We
There you
coming.
go. We coming. We coming. We coming, man. I
For real.
understand it. I respect it. All them bullshit conversations dudes used to want to have. They mad at us now, bro. Like, come on, Chaz. Let's keep it 100. All the dudes you play with used to kick shit on us about Colorado, bro.
Constantly. I
Now
must have lost. I must have lost $10,000 in bets in my NFL career.
come on. So now with what Prime doing, and we've been saying as players all along, man, you got to get some dogs in here, man. It's time for some motherfuckers who ain't got no other. This is their only chance to do whatever it is that they need to do in life to change the life of their family, and they finna take this opportunity and make the best of it because Boulder is an awesome place. And I say this, and I say this in the most respectful way possible. If you can make it in Boulder, you can make it anywhere.
Amen.
And that is the realest. That is the realest shit that my dad told me that I kept for forever. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, man.
So okay, so
Anywhere.
what do you think is attracting these kids to Prime that makes them drop the University of
Besides
Miami and
him,
transfer in? And
besides him being Prime,
I mean, but
okay,
besides him being
players
Deion,
coach,
look,
a
there's a lot
players
of
coach,
ex-players. Yeah,
a
there's a lot
players
of
coach.
ex-players that aren't good coaches. Like, why does Prime have this
I'll
kind of
tell you,
draw?
the energy he brings, his vision and saying what he gonna do and sticking to that. Like, as a young man, you look for a dude who say something and stand on what he say. That's what the
Amen
young
to that.
dudes look for. He definitely stand on what he say. He's a representation of the NFL. He's one of the most dominant corners in the NFL. He's a fucking Hall of Famer. And what is it that you can't get from this man? What info you can't get?
Connections.
Look at all the opportunities that are going to be available for you because when they go on YouTube, they see Prime every day too, just like everybody else. Shit.
So why do you think so many other schools had a problem with the social media part? Because I'm huge on
They
social
have
media. I
a
really
problem
maximize
if
it.
they ain't doing it. People have a
So it's
problem
because
with
it's
things
just
that
an ego
they ain't
thing.
doing.
It's just ego,
Let me say
huh?
this. Okay. Put it like this. Prime always been in your face, right?
Yep.
He always been in your face. And it's always worked.
It's always positive.
But positive or negative, it worked. It
And
worked.
I shouldn't say it's always positive. It's always honest. Like that's one of the things that I really love about him. And look, everything he says he's going to do, that shit works. Like you said, like he went to Jackson State and said, we're going to turn it around. We're going to get 5-star kids. We're going to turn this place into a mecca. Bam. Like if he can go to Jackson State and turn that place into what it was, bro, what is there
Why
even a
couldn't he do it in
ceiling in
Colorado
Boulder?
with everything he needs? With everything, just like he said, he got everything he needs plus more there, right? Now he going to do his job. Like he say, man, he bringing a Boulder party everywhere, man. People, man, this ain't the first time Colorado been hot like this, man. We can go back to the Gap when they was hot like this. Everybody was wearing. I'm talking about people out on the West Coast wearing Colorado shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And people are just gonna be jealous, bro, if you the next thing to talk about, bro. We ain't talking about no Saban, we ain't talking about no Georgia, we talking about one of the
Colorado.
teams that was the sorriest in college this year. But guess what? Oh, that shit's over with now. That
So
shit over with.
I've been
People
saying
want to come play for him.
he's won the offseason and he hasn't even done anything yet. He hasn't played a game. They
That's
haven't
it.
played the spring game yet. He's bringing in players like left and right. Guys want to play for him
Yes.
now. What? So,
Yes.
okay, you're from Houston. The down south, there are players everywhere. There's dudes literally everywhere that can play.
Everywhere.
Do you have you noticed a difference in the last like 3 months since he got hired? Just in
For
the
sure.
people wearing people wearing Colorado gear, liking the university. Like, are people jumping on the bandwagon down south the way they are out
Of
west?
course they jump.
Yeah.
Man, do you know how bad my DM? Man, when Prime signed, my DMs went off. My DMs went off. Because a lot of people know, me, Woo, just from the city. They know
Yep.
we always go down there and we always popping shit by Colorado. Like these are things that they know. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it's Prime, the fact that he's changing the culture, the music, even the scenery feel different. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Man, look at the basketball game. Did you see the basketball
They
game?
went off,
Did you
dog.
see? Did you see it?
It was awesome. It was fucking incredible, dog. Like, look.
Bro,
So
like,
I walked last
I've
Saturday,
been
and
in Colorado for the last 25 years, bro. I've
yep,
never seen a basketball game like that, bro.
to the brim, people freaking the fuck out. Coach Prime, it was fucking insane.
He the
So look,
mayor, man. The man, the mayor, man.
we went up last 2 Saturdays ago to the junior day, like I said, and just the feeling in the room, dog. It's like
Yeah.
it in the past we've talked about, like, I think that they can win 6 games and get to a bowl game and yada yada. Like, let's hope. Now the expectation level is not hope anymore. Now it's like, okay, I look at the schedule and I go, the Oregon USC game is going to be pretty tough, but we can beat them too. That Utah game is going to be pretty tough. We can beat them. Like, I think we can win every game now based on the fact that we've got elite players at good positions, a great coach, great assistants. Do you know much about Shedeur Sanders? Have you watched him?
I watched him. They say, what I have to say about him is
The
this.
quarterback. He's a
I
special player.
watched
What do you
him.
think about
I
him?
watch his training. I watch his training. I actually watch him in a game, and he's what you call a leader, but leads by example. Meaning, you can't look at him and say, "Oh, well, he wear the necklace. He wear." Man, guess what? The man, every time you send him, he watching film. He breaking down film. He'll fly here, there, and go train. And I'm in Houston. I know he be here training. You see what I'm
He's
saying?
everywhere, bro.
He
Like,
stay
all he
working
cares
on his
about is
craft.
ball.
He stay working on his craft. He's consistent. He's motivated, and in his mind, he's that. So, in anything, when you believe in yourself first, and everything that come out his pop's mouth, he like, yes,
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 sir. Yes,
yes.
sir.
It
Yep.
ain't no. Oh man, now you. He understands everything I'm getting fed by one of the greatest. This is the best food I could possibly eat. This is the food that's gonna nurture me and get me to where I want to go. And
Yes,
he
sir.
wants it that bad to where it seems so easy to him, only because he wants it.
You got heart,
And
bro.
I say that he got heart. He wants it, and he built like that, man. That young man built like that, man. He want all the smoke. He built like that. He gonna stand on what it is. He stood in there when they won him all. He stood in there when they lost.
Yep.
And all I can say is he kept the same face. He keep his same poker face all the time, and that's what you need in a quarterback, man. You need it.
Amen to that.
But
I
to
think.
piggyback on what you were saying about
Yeah.
the feeling you get, like just me listening to him, I believe. And it's this thing when people say certain shit and you know it's the truth and you know they mean it, that's satisfying in itself. So I text Rick and tell him I think he did a a hell of a job. I see the direction he's going in. I'm proud, and I'm proud of the way the university taking a step. And guess what? Guys know now they come to Colorado, they can't come with that bullshit. If
No
you ain't
bullshit.
coming, if you ain't coming with a huge bag that you can dig in and you got all type of shit in that bag to use, you can't come no more, man.
Yeah.
This ain't where you come get no free education and just get to lose all the games and get
Thank
all
you.
the benefits. Nah, this ain't that shit, man. That is not the house we built, man.
So
That is not the
I
house
had
we
this.
built, bro.
The house we built was based on championships and title games and putting guys into the NFL. So and
Exactly.
people like even the generations before us, that's the house they built. We sustained it
That's
and
the house they built.
keep building fucking parts onto it. But they fell off hard, and with the exception of the 2016 year, it was bad for a long time. It's amazing to me that they can turn it around this fast, and they haven't even played a game yet. Can you imagine
Yes.
how good they're going to be when they start winning? Like, look, the TCU game, I'm sure you're going to find a way to be at that one because being in Texas. And then they have Nebraska at
Oh,
home
for
and
sure.
CSU at home. So those first three, you're playing a team that played for the national title, your biggest rival, and then your second biggest rival in 3 weeks. So just how excited are you for that stretch of that gambit? And then
I'm
just
excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. But again, I'm not. I understand time frame. I understand chemistry. Makes
okay. So
sense.
what? You're like,
So
should I temper my expectations?
so I'm giving my expectations are we're gonna win right now. But
Yes.
I'm not gonna beat the door down if it don't happen like that because it's a vision, it's a process. It's a process. It's gonna take a while for the chemistry to hit. And who knows? It might hit right off the jump and just jump out there. But if it doesn't just hit like how everybody wants, I'm not jumping back to that dark side. No, I'm
Oh
staying
no,
consistent with
no,
what I
no.
know that they
Yeah.
have. You feel
The
me?
dark side's
You feel me?
gone.
Like
Like all
because
the negative part is gone.
yes,
It's been
I would never
eradicated.
be there. I would never be there.
And
I
he
would
got
never
rid
be
of
there.
that
But
too. He came in and
yes,
said it's over. We're not doing that anymore. These fans and the alum aren't going to
yes,
suffer through this anymore, which I really loved. But so talk. The TCU game is what it is. It's going to be a nationally broadcast. It's going to be a great game. I'm going to try and get down there and go to that with you. The Nebraska game, though, there's especially Nebraska and CU. Just try to
that's
elaborate.
different.
Hold on.
Okay.
Try to elaborate. Try to elaborate to Buffalo country here and to all of our fans and everybody around the country exactly what those two games mean to guys like us.
Okay. You want Nebraska and Colorado State?
Go Nebraska first, and then we'll talk about the Babas.
Okay. All right. Nebraska. Okay. Like, just let me say this. If you're a football player and you come from the University of Colorado, like we do, I'm talking about real black and gold, and you bleed that shit for real. The Nebraska game is the biggest, the biggest bully that tried to pick on like the little kids in the class.
Mm-hmm.
It's the, it's the, it's the guy that talks too much shit but can't back it up. It's the, it's the, it's the sit your little ass down. It's my turn. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's the, it's the, it's definitely the bragging rights for shit show.
Oh, dude.
But the demeanor of it, and then it came on Thanksgiving when you were supposed to be giving thanks. We was giving thanks to kicking that ass. You know what I mean? Thank
Mm-hmm.
you for letting us stop on you on Turkey Day while everybody else watching. It, you do you do you understand? Like it's a different ball. Okay, it's a different ball between Colorado State. Colorado State, like your little brother that think he getting big. That's of course, brothers fight to the death, but that's my little brother. I've been whooping his ass my whole life. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
tripping on that. But this Nebraska game is, oh, y'all thought y'all was dead, but y'all not. Y'all come over here to the dark side. Let us show y'all what's up. You feel me? Because
And look,
it always was an all blackout game, unless we
oh,
had to go there when we had to wear white. You know what I'm saying? But even in
what?
our white, we was a blackout. You know what I mean?
So the 04 game where when you were a junior and I was a senior, where we ended their bowl streak. I've never heard a stadium more silent than when we were walking off the field after that. That was an
I
incredible
watched
feeling.
that game the other day.
Was
That
it
was your
not
senior
dope?
year. I watched it the other
Yeah,
day. We
that
was
shit was
down
super
there.
fucking
We was
dope.
down in Nebraska.
Didn't you have like a
Bobby
25,
Purify
30
senior
yard? You
year.
had
I
a big
remember
ass
this
run in
shit, bro.
that game. You had a
Yeah,
big run in
so
that game, right?
broke that shit and came
Yeah,
up on the
the
sideline.
stiff arm. Yep.
Yeah. I literally watched this game the other day, bro, and I couldn't tell the difference. Like, I didn't know I played tailback that much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in there thinking that's Bobby, and that was me a
It's
couple
you.
times. I was just like, God damn, okay.
So let's
Okay,
talk.
Vic, I
Then
see you.
let's reiterate that because you brought it up. So the most famous play of you playing tailback, in my opinion, came against CSU the next year in Folsom.
For sure.
With
For
we had
sure.
Schaub on the last episode, and he was talking about just the feeling of that game and what it brought and that play. Just talk about like to walk us through that play. What Klatt said in the huddle,
Okay.
as important as it was. Like
I'm
I
gonna
wasn't
give you
there.
the
I was in the
whole.
league.
I'm gonna give you the whole shenanigan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
tell
give you the
us.
real about why. I'm gonna give you the real why the play was so hot. Okay, we jumped out on them. Already scored a touchdown on their ass. They called it back, so I'm hot about that. Okay, they called my screen pass back, so we were really supposed to be up on them already. They called that. They called that shit back. Okay, so after that, Herbert, which is number 6.
Yeah.
He started balling. He made Dusty fumble. One Dusty spread. You remember Dusty?
Oh
He
yeah,
made
yeah. I
Dusty
worked
fumble
with
one
his
time,
nephew.
and then he picked up Judge. He picked Judge up and kind of like
And
tried to
like body
suplex him.
slammed him.
Yeah,
Yep.
like he was popping shit. Like he was really like that. You feel me?
Yep.
And prior to the game, we had already been talking about king of the hill mentality. You know what I'm saying? We were saying the most physical team was gonna win this shit.
Well,
So
remember in 04, we fucked them up and stopped them on the goal line. So they had all this like, oh, we're gonna come in here and bully you
animosity.
shit. Yeah.
Yes. They only touched us one time. That was my freshman year. After that, we beat the shit out of them every single year. Let's just be honest. But this year was even, a little bit even more special because we was talking about King of the Hill, the bully mentality. Coach them had the trophy and the wives had the little purse shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Miss Barnett to get her bag. Yeah, I wanted her to get her bag. But to make a long story short, man, I really called Coach to make that play. He wasn't finna do it. He wasn't finna go for it on 4th. He was gonna kick the field goal.
Really?
I said, man, fuck that, man. Let's run this shit 4th down. I got this shit. I'm literally, you see me on the sideline doing like this. I got this shit. I said, put Schaub in the game. I'm at tailback. Put Schaub in the game. Literally, bro, I'm literally saying this to him. And guess what? When Clatt came in, he was like, motherfucker, you got what you wanted. You better stuff this motherfucker in there. When you see Clatt doing like that, that's what he's saying. He said, motherfucker, you got what you wanted. You better stuff this motherfucker in there. And I told Schaub, look.
Everybody on TV seems like nice, Cole, crew cut, looking all good in his suit and shit. But we know a dog in Joe Klatt.
We
Walk
real,
like, motherfucker, let's go.
I know Joe Klatt. I know Joe Klatt, the Colorado Buffalo.
Woo.
I know he got the TV and all that, but this was one of them moments we was letting our nuts hang. We was not going down by any means necessary. So when we get in the huddle, and I'm telling Schaub, I'm like, Schaub, all I need you to do is just smash this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck who right there, Schaub. I'm running them over. I'm literally telling them I'm running them over. You hear me? So as soon as he say, hey, bro, and I see it, bro, this bitch do like this.
Whoop.
That's how that bitch just do like this. Schaub come through that bitch, smash him, and I see Herbert. When I see Herbert, look, I literally in my mind, I want to run to the side of him and just go and get in. But I was like, man, fuck this thing. Fuck him. Hey, let's get his back dirty real quick. We're going to make him die with his boots on real quick. Put that stiff up under that neck. Hey, man, when I put it up on his neck, I felt it. I literally felt it when I was like, look, it went from this to this. Right up under his shit. Just, like I'm telling, bro, I felt it. I felt it in my bones, bro. Like on everything, bro. I felt it in my bones, bro. And still to this day, bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's still one of the hardest runovers ever. ever.
I
On
think
the
it. I
goal
think
line,
it's
4th and 1.
it's a top 5 run in Colorado history, and I don't even know what the other 4 would be, but
Yes.
it's right up there, and it's one of the most powerful
Yes.
runs I've ever seen. And look, and as a rookie, when I was watching it, I was with the Jets, and I remember jumping off the sofa like. So we bring this up because the passion that you can feel between the two of us here, this is real, man. You can't
Yes.
fabricate this. This is
Yes. You
blood,
can't.
sweat, and tears of, like of great moments where we overcome adversity and we win games we're not supposed to. And we especially in '04 when the whole world was against us. And then also being there in bad times for each other, like the double overtime loss at Aggie Field when we played A&M, and like how emotional both of us were afterwards, like in tears and shit, breaking lockers.
That was
Like
your senior year.
yeah, my senior year, Barnett having to like calm both of us down, take us out of the room, be like, "You guys are
Yes.
our leaders, calm down." And we're like, "I can't
Yes.
calm down. This shit hurts." Like so.
Yes.
I feel like those are the kind of guys they're bringing back into Boulder, and
Yes.
the intensity and the care and the love for your teammates and the love for your university. And look, a lot of these guys aren't from Colorado, and that's okay. They come here and they need to learn what it is. And Prime is doing his best to just rejuvenate all this and bring in that
Yes.
positivity and that fire. And one of the things I love about him is one of the first things he says was, we're not here to rebuild. We're here to reload. We're here to win now. We're here to kick ass. Like it really went a long way in me, getting behind all this. And look, like I'd say 3 weeks before they hired him, I was on the phone with Joel and Bloom and some of these other guys
Yeah.
trying to make this happen. And I remember Joel was like, "Oh, well, the CU might go the safe route." And I was like, "Fuck that. Don't go safe. Sell out for greatness." And he's like, "I want him to go great." And that we were talking about Dion, and they did,
Yeah.
bro. So all the
They
CU
did
people
it,
out
bro.
there, you get a chance to say thank you to Rick George. Say thank you to
You
Rick
got
George.
to.
Thank you, Rick.
You got to, man, because
Thank you, Rick.
bro, I say this. I email Rick and I text him. I emailed him and I text him, and I was just like, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Yes.
I'm not saying thank you. I'm not saying thank you, like in no bad way, because we lost some good coaches too. Like I can't like, like we lost some good dudes. You know what I'm saying? But in losing those good dudes, I appreciate them making this happen.
Yeah, I do too. So pretty
Like
incredible, no doubt.
we
All right,
really
so
appreciate them making this happen, man.
let's get into the Super Bowl. As always, our show is brought to you by our good friends at Rico's Burritos. They fuel the Dungeon family down here, so check that out. Rico's Burritos brings you our Super Bowl talk here as we talk about Super Bowl 57 here on the Sabbath podcast with my man Lawerence Vickers. All right, so Super Bowl 57, Kansas City,
I'm biased.
Mahomes, Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts. I mean, right off the bat, how do you feel about this game, bro? I think it's pretty incredible.
Eric B. Enemy, see
Oh,
you
yeah.
buff. Come on.
Another ring.
Like, come on. Like,
So, okay, before we get into this, then, this has been a topic of conversation on my radio show down
let's
at
go.
Altitude Sports Radio. Why is it that EB keeps getting overlooked for head coaching jobs, dog? Because it's starting to bother me internally, LV.
I don't think he's getting overlooked. I think he's waiting for the right move.
Do you think it's
If
EB?
you know EB,
Okay.
If you like we know EB.
He's very
EB got to
calculated,
be.
bro.
He makes calculated moves, but it's always the right move to where he's going to be there. EB ain't no get up and move type of person. Like he don't like moving.
Oh, he wants to be part of something.
He's always been like that. Like.
And he wants to be a foundation.
Where his feet at, that's his home.
Yes.
Yes. Think about it. Minnesota, then Kansas City.
He was there forever.
You see what I'm saying?
Even when he was in Boulder, like you remember, like when he went a different direction and left, how fucking upset everybody was. Like, bro, we were like at almost a mutiny stage. Like, wait a second, Eric Bieniemy just left. What the fuck?
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
which is crazy. But
so
you
you
learn
think
to
it's him?
understand.
Do you think it's
I
him just
think
being calculated?
he's waiting for the right job, not just any job.
Do you think
That's just
maybe
how I feel.
it's when Andy
From
Reid
me knowing
steps
him,
back from Kansas City, he takes that
nah.
job? Nah, Andy ain't going
I don't
nowhere.
see Andy Reid. I don't see Andy Reid stepping the fuck
Yeah,
back.
why would
First
you
of all,
leave?
yeah, I don't see Andy now. Now, if Andy did decide to leave or say, after he get this ring, he done. Yeah, I can see him doing it. Most definitely. But I think it's more of the right situation. I just think he's just waiting on the right situation. He always been a calculated dude. And then wherever he go, he gonna want to win. EB ain't no fucking loser. He ain't no
Oh,
loser by
dude,
far
yeah.
at all.
Anywhere,
He's a winner.
Eric Bieniemy goes,
He's
you're
a
done.
winner.
Period.
He's a winner.
Wherever he goes.
And
Okay, so let's
I
get
don't
into the
think he was
Super Bowl
done.
then.
I don't think he was done learning too. I think he wanted to pick up a couple of more things too.
And there's
Add
nobody you're going to
a
learn
few
more
more
from.
tools to his belt.
Andy Reid's an
Exactly.
unbelievable coach. So, okay, so then look,
Exactly.
you know
Come
the
on.
way I'm going to go on this. I love EB, but I just think that the offensive and defensive lines for Philadelphia are too good. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. You just asked me what I thought.
Yeah.
So I have two answers. If I'm betting and it's going for the
Betting.
money, I'm going Philly.
Okay.
Well, my heart, if I go with my heart, I'm going Kansas City because that's where the love is. My coach is there.
Right.
I ride with him wherever he is. So if you ask me who's gonna win, I'm gonna tell you Kansas City gonna win. But if I had to bet, I would bet Philly.
All right. So why, other than EB, why is Kansas City the favorite in your opinion? Is it Kelsey? Is it the two-headed monster in McKinnon? And then who's the back from fucking Rutgers, number 10?
Yes.
I can't remember his name, but
It's
he's a
all
good
that.
player.
I feel like what Mahomes did, and me having a messed up ankle and seeing what he did, he manifested this championship, bro.
Well, you don't think the refs had something to do with it? You can't tell me that the fifth
Ref,
down play in the NFL was a good thing.
no,
Can you believe that? They just
I
stopped
wasn't
the
going
fucking game.
technical. I wasn't going technical, bro. I was just going with what I thought as far as that. But if we're just going off pure talent and what I think, man, Philly D line, the offensive line is just too fucking much for anybody.
Yeah, they're
I'm
pretty good.
just being honest.
Yeah.
Bro, and we live D line and O line. If the D line and O line win, we win in the game. Point blank, period.
Facts.
So that's why I said if we was talking about heart, if I was going with my heart, I would say Kansas City because it's people that I love and I got love for there, and I would love to see them win. Now, when we go, I'm gonna get somebody gonna win from good either way. But if I had to put my money on it, man, Philly too, it just seemed like it's just made for them this year, man. I just being honest.
Yeah, they look really
I
good
know I
on
got
film. They're entrenched in the trenches. I mean, they are really good on the offensive and defensive lines. I mean, think about this. Their backup defensive linemen are Ndamukong Suh and Lionel Joseph, two guys that, I mean, Suh's probably a Hall of Famer, and Joseph has played for fucking ever. So those are their two rotation guys. And then Jordan Davis, their first round nose tackle from Georgia, hardly even plays. He's their three. So they've got dudes everywhere.
Do you want to go to secondary?
What do you
Because
think?
that secondary is crazy. That
The
secondary is
secondary
crazy
is
too.
ridiculous, bro. I mean, they got dudes. Big play Slay is balling. He was first team All Pro this year. They've got linebackers coming out of in every angle. They got dudes that can play all over the place. So, okay, do you think this is going to be a high scoring, 30, 37, 34, 41, 38 type game? Or are we going to see the defenses step up and try and corral Mahomes and Hurts?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Mahomes is gonna score some points. Okay? Mahomes score some points. And Philly averaging like 30 points a game, ain't they? Like
Philly
I think like
averages like
27,
28-5 and
there we go. 27 to 30 points.
Kansas City's like 27.5 or something like that.
So I give it some 35, 28, some shit like that. Something like that.
Kansas City?
Yeah, if it go there, for shit show Kansas City.
Yeah.
If it go there for shit show 35, yeah. I think if it stay lower, Philly wins. But if they get the scoring, bro, Mahomes gonna score. Let's just be honest. Mahomes
Well, I just
gonna
don't know
score.
how they're
Philly
gonna.
gonna
I don't know
score.
how they're gonna stop Kelsey. Like the more that I talk
That's
about
what I'm saying, bro.
Philadelphia being as good as they are, how do they stop Kelsey? Because I haven't seen anybody.
And then
ever.
they got more pieces. They have number 1, number 10, number 24, and it's somebody else. One other dude.
They lost Hardman,
19 or
but
something.
they've got Juju Smith-Schuster. They've got a bunch of dudes all over the field that can absolutely be a matchup nightmare. But Kelsey,
yes,
I don't care who you put on him. It's not like the Eagles have Brian Dawkins back there to go stop Travis Kelsey. So I would definitely take the over in these games if you are a betting man, because I think the NFL, the last thing they want, do you remember the Patriot Rams Super Bowl from like 4
that
years
was some
ago?
bullshit. Talking about the boring ass Super Bowl.
Yeah, the one that was 10-3. Yeah, it was 3-3 in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes left. They don't want that
That shit was so boring, bro. That shit was so boring.
So look, the
that was Super Bowl in
of,
Atlanta, right? That was Super Bowl in Atlanta.
I think. Yep. So look, Jalen Hurts is going to be the next guy getting paid here in the National Football League. So
yes,
just his story is so outstanding because he's so resilient. He's overcome so much shit. Do you think
I'm not trying to stop you about Jalen Hurts, but what about Lamar? Come on, man.
Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where I was actually going. How did you know I was going to ask this question?
Because I fucking know you, man.
If Lamar Jackson's going to be making 250 to 300 million, how much is Hurts worth? And then if I am Lamar Jackson, do I want to go back to Baltimore or do I want to test the waters other places?
Lamar Jackson got to test the water other places because Baltimore did a shit show with him. Meaning, if it was somebody else in that position and they had been doing what Lamar was doing, he would have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Y'all see the backup come and play a little bit. He ended up going to the Pro Bowl. He's a good player. Kid. Yeah. He's good. He's a good player. He's a legit starting quarterback somewhere, right? So now what they tell themselves is we don't have to give him all that money because we got this other dude we could rebuild with just like him. They just did the same shit that they do to all of us. Preach us and prep us up this whole team aspect shit so they can have the leeway at the end of the day. Because y'all prep us up with this so much team shit, but then when it come down to the money, you guys don't act shit like no team. You actually become an enemy. You know?
Where do you think Lamar ends up?
Wherever that check is.
So I'm thinking
his loyalty is over with. His loyalty is over with. That'll be too much.
And with Derrick Henry and that O-line and
that's too much. That's cheating. That's cheating. That's fucking cheating. That's cheating in Tennessee. Tennessee get him. That's cheating. He needs to go somewhere like the Texans to start all the way over.
Fuck all that. How about San Francisco? You can imagine him in San Francisco with that offense.
No, I don't want San Francisco to be that good. Hell no. Hell no. He needs to go somewhere where they sorry. He don't need to go to no great team to make him extra great.
Shit,
They also not go where they're here yet. Man,
he's in such a unique
win
position.
Every game.
He's in such a unique position where he can pick where he wants to go. So I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get broke off and paid big time. That kid is special.
He's bro. Definitely. Like him. He's special, bro. Put it like this: he doesn't. He didn't take too many big hits. I think this year. You know, he know how to run. He know how to slide. He know how to get down. He learned that real good. And I think that. I think what he faced in Alabama groomed him all the way for this shit. Like. He knew to never be in that spot again, in that place again, you know, like to be in a sucky ass place. You know what I'm saying?
To get benched in the national title game and then like watch the other guy come in and win it, and then you're the problem. And he went to quarterback rehab at Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley and did a great job. But I think like even him getting picked in the second round really pissed him off. So Jalen Hurts has really found a way to take all this negative shit and turn it into a positive, which I fucking love. So look, I'm taking Philly. You're taking Kansas City. I think Philly's just too good up front. And you're taking KC, so that's good. All right, last question here as we move forward here on the Savage Podcast with my man Lawerence Vickers. Look, I don't know if you watched a lot of Bronco football, but you've watched Russell Wilson.
I watched it.
How do you feel about Sean Payton, and do you think Russell Wilson can get fixed?
Is Sean Payton hold
on. They hired Sean Payton the other day. Yep.
Wow.
You didn't see this? Or you been under a rock?
Yeah, I really have, bro.
Yeah, the Broncos signed. They got Sean Payton like 2 days ago. Bro? So now, do you think Sean Payton has the ability to come in and fix a guy like Russell Wilson?
Let me say this: I never played for Sean Payton. Couple of my friends played for him. He's a different guy, bro.
Yeah, he's not there to be your buddy.
Yeah, he's a different guy. So I don't know if Russ gonna be able to take all that shit. He's different.
In Payton's introductory press conference, he actually said, like, well, there's this MO out there that I'm a tyrant and I'm mean. And I'm like, yeah, fucking A, that's what we need, bro. I need you to come in and be mean. So do you think Russ is gonna be able to handle all this shit, or is this just the beginning of the end?
Man, what I see with Russ is he's a technician. I mean, he always pays attention to detail. I think this was his rough year dealing with, not being in Seattle and having to come to Denver, a whole different place, a whole different ball game. I just think he needs a little time, sit down, understand what it is he's doing, understand the guys he's playing with, and he gonna make the adjustments. I can't count Russell out because he's always been, good. Russ always been good. And this is a year that he had a little downtime. He probably been going through some shit, and new coach, new atmosphere, new environment, man. Hey, and this shit not going all the way right, but I know he has a humble spirit and he's prayed up. So I wish nothing but the best for him. I think he's going to be okay. And he don't have no trust with Sean Payton. Sean Payton going to get the best out your ass or he going to make you quit. That's the type of coach he is.
One of the two.
You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah, amen.
So what's either going to be the coldest or Russ Wilson going to quit? One of the two. One of the two is going to happen this year.
Let's hope he's the coldest, because that shit last year was fucking hard to watch.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
I mean,
great having you on the show. Nothing but love to you and your family. Enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. Obviously, we pick different teams, but it's all for the love of the game. And then I'll be reaching out to you real soon. Oh shit! I'll be reaching out to you real soon to getting hooked up for TCU and Nebraska and CSU and whatnot. I'm actually talking with Rick George and all them in about 2 weeks about getting a bunch of us old heads up there to talk to the young guys about Nebraska and the importance of it and whatnot. So
put me on that list.
So you good?
For sure, bro. Love you, man. Tell the family I said, hey, the boys, man.
You know it. Stay up, and we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Love you, man.
All right. Go Buffs. Peace. All right, folks. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Savage Podcast. I am your host, as always, Matt McChesney. A huge thanks to Travis Jones for all he does behind the scenes. Remember, you can go on YouTube and subscribe, and we encourage you to do so. Check out CoachTube for all of the outstanding film work we do, and subscribe to that as well. And then remember to follow everybody at 60 Academy on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and whatnot as we move forward. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some more shows, and we'll move forward into the off season. So big thanks to Rico's Burritos for all they do. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Peace.